Man, these are such good times to be into Twosun knives because they are dropping the new models. This is another one. Yeah. Yeah, look at this dude. Ooh. And they're all kind of big. Man, look at this solid titanium milled. It's got, I'm guessing, anodized little spacer of titanium in there. Titanium backspacer, titanium pocket clip that's got a mountain of tension on it. I can't even click it. Wow. All right. Well, I'm gonna get rid of this, and I'm gonna wipe off the excess oil, and then we're gonna check this dude in. We're gonna check it in. Ah, come on. Where's a good towel? Here we go. This is a good oil towel because it's kind of a dirty towel. I say dirty. It's not like got debris in it. It's just been used to clean knives. Oh, look at this thing. All right, let's see this blade. Look, come on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's a utilizator model, TS553 and 14C28N. I mean, look at that tall flat grind. Oh my goodness, what a cool piece. Now, that's a knife, matey. Yeah, buddy. I mean, yep. Wow. I'd say that blade stock is a little thinner than normal Twosun. You know, even when you look here, I mean, because they've got the swedge ground in here, they've got like another flat ground in there, and then the tall flat grind that's over an inch tall that goes all the way to the spine from here forward. I bumped my cuticle on that blade, man. I'm pretty sure that'll cut me. Wow. Wowie, wowie, wow. Action feels a little stiff. I don't know. I'm going to try the reverse flick. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the action's slightly stiff. Do you think that's a front flipper? I don't think so. Yeah, nah. Yeah. The pocket clip is reversible. That's what that insert's for. We'll peek at that. But the action does feel a little stiff. And here's where it feels stiff. It does not feel stiff here. Feels smooth, hydraulic, wonderful action when it's closing. Where it feels stiff is unlocking it. So it's not lowered. It's got a slight scallop on both sides here. So I can get in there, but it's, there's some effort to that. And that's where it feels stiff. So I'm going to pay attention to this. The outside is lined up with the inside right there. And we'll look at that. But wow, what a gorgeous monster of a knife. TS553. Yeah, very cool. Well, come on. I got to get in one. They have several of these over at timbersedgeknives.com. So if you're interested in one, at the end of the video, I'll throw the price of it. But if you don't want to watch the whole video, you can just go over to Timber's Edge Knives, and you'll find this piece over there. The TS553. If you click on the recent tabs or most recent inventory, or recently added, something like that. It goes by the last piece that they've added to their site, and then goes backwards. So if you're interested in Twosuns, I believe you can search by make and model, all kinds of searches over there. It allows you to just pick several ways to filter results over there. So, yeah, you don't have to look at every knife from the last one added to the very first one. You can sort your searches and try to find exactly what you're looking for. Anyways, that's my plug for Timber's Edge knives. The scales are heavily skeletonized to reduce weight. Like this one is really lightweight. This one's a little heavier. It's got the steel insert, and they've left the lock bar kind of thicker. Like they did not skeletonize the whole thing. So this side's a little heavier than this side. Noticeably so. I can feel it. So when I'm looking at this lock now, it's there, and when it's locked up, it's there. So not much. So yeah, I'm not going to adjust it. Just is what it is at this point. What I am going to do is I'm going to clean this up and then put a lightweight oil on it that I use on all my knives, which you can find in the description. There's a link where I purchased it on Amazon, and you can get a supply of it in the little bottle. It comes with the little needle tip, or you can just buy the oil to refill the bottle, or you can just buy a bottle that doesn't have the little tip. I like the little tip. It's pretty cool. Yeah, we're just going to wipe everything now. It's got a couple of pins that place this, which is nice. Don't have to add a bunch of screws to a backspacer. As long as it's got one screw, the rest of it can be pinned. Yeah, there's a tiny bit of room for adjustment on this, but it's so tiny. It's less than a millimeter that I think I'm going to leave it be. I could reverse flick it, so, just a little use will improve this knife. Probably get it right to where you want it to be. Would I typically want to kind of tune it and get it where it's functioning best? Yes. But when it's this close, man, how do I say it? I'll just let nature take its course. I'll let it come along at its own pace, I guess. Got a bunch of these towels from our friend Dave, Tulsa Dave, and I'm very grateful for them. It's got the same milling pattern in the pocket clip that's in the scales. That's pretty cool. I kind of didn't notice it on the first flyby. And Utilizator has done a few models in the not so distant past, and they tend to be bigger, bulkier, heavy pieces, or heavy duty. How about that? And I think this one qualifies as well. All right, let's put it together. See if I can get all these pins placed properly. Oh, that actually would be the long one, because that's where the pocket clip is located. I want to look at that spacer. Does that spacer come out of there? I mean, you would think it would have to, because if you flip it to the other side, you're going to want to put that spacer. Yeah, there it is. Sure enough. Let's wipe that down. And then I'm going to put a quick magnet on it. I'm sure it's titanium, which would explain the anodized look on it. Neat little feature. I mean, it's milled for the screw to be recessed. So when you put it on the other side, you're going to want to obviously put that milling to the outside. But yeah, very nice. Excellent little feature. Let's and then let me think now. The pocket clip goes in. Yeah. So the longer one would go in that piece, the shorter one in the non-pocket clip piece. All right. I'm going to put a small amount of lightweight, just one tiny little drop on that whole bearing. And the same on this bearing, one little drop. And then I'm going to just put a tiny bit where the detent ball is running on this track here. I got to get my pins placed as well. These look like the same pins, so let's see. That is a lot of pins and security for that backspacer. Interesting. Oops. Didn't really want that to happen. Let's I thought about leaving that out, just putting one in there and checking that action, but I didn't do anything to change the action, so I'm confident that I'm okay to just tighten this knife up. Rock solid on the blade. And I can tell you this action now with the lighter weight oil, I mean, watch out, because that's drop, fall, shut action now. And no play in this blade whatsoever. Yeah, this thing's, what an amazing action on this bulk of a knife. Ooh, that's nice. Reverse flick. Yeah, no issues. And it'll get a little better as it's used, right? Wow. Well, let's talk about that action. I mean, it's definitely an A to I'm going to call it A minus, only because it's not challenging to unlock it, but I'm not going to call it on the intuitive side. It takes a fair amount of pressure on my thumb. Look at my thumb. It takes a fair amount of pressure to get that lock out of the way. and then it's fall shut action, so you got to be conscious of getting out of the way. Now, I can look and see, where does it fall? Yeah, I mean, that corner tip falls on my nail. I would not want that to fall there on my thumb skin right there. So yeah, I mean, it just takes some thought, a little bit of caution. Notice I have the knife kind of sideways. I'm not with gravity. I want to get my thumb out of there before I go to gravity, because that thing is a screaming falling action. Yeah, wonderful. I'm going to give it the A minus though because of that. Yep. Ergonomics. Yeah, wonderful in hand. Very comfortable. All this milling, you could feel it. It's not sharp or jagged in any way. These are milled pretty sharp lines, but it's not uncomfortable in any way. It's very comfortable. You know, on this front one, you can choke up. Very powerful for slicing. You know, if you had a lot of slicing to do, this probably would be the preferred grip, and it definitely provides it. Um, Reverse grip, very comfortable. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then, yeah, bonus points. Like, it's got this grip here too. And me personally, I'd rather be here than here. Yep. Wow. Let's check the pocket clip, because there is kind of a question mark there. It's small. It's got a ton of tension on it. And it'll be interesting to see how well it runs. Let's try it on standard jean size material, which is represented on this inside pocket here. Yeah, it's got a ton of tension, and I'm guessing that's by design. It's a big knife with a small, short clip, and you want this to hold this in your pocket, and so it does have extra tension. It's got a lot of tension. I There's no way I'm going to be able to get it on this thicker stuff. So if you're wanting to carry this on the front of your bibs or your work overhauls or whatever, yeah, I'm going to say no. My spot in the back pocket, I'm not going to go where it's shredded there. I'll bring it over a little bit. I think it'll be just fine back here. It would carry in a back pocket. Yeah, it's, there it goes. You know, you can see how it's gripping the pants right there. I think it might move around, but I don't think it would come out of the pocket. Like if I took off running, I think it'll move. Yeah, it'll move around, but see, that clip's gonna hold on. Which is, you know, it's what I would want. I wouldn't want any chance of that coming out of the pocket. So you know, I'm probably I'm gonna rate it based on what it's actually doing. There's no contact with the blade through the back, and the tip is nicely recessed. So the tip is good. The clip is okay. I get it why it's the way that it is. Um, but it's definitely not great. I'm not even going to call it good. I'm just saying it's okay. It'll function. And then I can handle the knife any way I want as long as it's not open. I won't have any chance of catching that razor of a blade. Let's check that detent holding that knife in, that blade. Did you hear that click? It's got a real solid click. Get clicking it in there. Yep, nice. Check that lock. Yeah, it's fine. And then that 14C big tall flat grind. I'll be interested to see. I'm gonna listen very closely here, because I think this thing's like a razor blade. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, probably not the correct word. Like. Yeah, man. Wow. All right. Well, so Timber's Edge Knives has these, and they interestingly have a couple of these. Yeah. So they also have this black version. Black Stonewash 14C, black Stonewash titanium. All the pocket clip, the backspacer, all of it. And I don't know. I mean, I am becoming partial to this black stonewashed titanium. I like it. Yeah, and so both of these are available. They've got a bunch of these over at timbersedgeknife.com, and they're both going to come in like right at 92 bucks. Yep. So if you subscribe, you get 10% off that, which brings it down to what? About just shy of $85. And that includes shipping and tax to your door. Yep. For just shy of 85 bucks. Pretty solid. What a cool piece. Yep. TimbersEdgeKnives.com. Appreciate them for letting me put my hands on these and fondle them a little bit and show them to you. And if you're interested, head over there and pick one up. Appreciate you watching the video.